What's up guys, Kuroo here, and today with a new video. So in this video I wanted to make the end of guide for the current banner or the current stock banner. So yeah, let's take a closer look at it. And yeah, I know the ranking is only out there for 3 more days. It should be 3. Nonetheless, yeah, maybe you still want to know about this banner. So if you don't know, right now, currently, there's still the raid up for Kirito and Asuna out there. And the banner is of course called Reawakened Memories. So it's actually the first banner which gives 10% leader skill if you have the element in your party, which is in this case Dark Element, as well as the skill of MP recovery of the starter unit, which is in my opinion a pretty interesting skill. And yeah, let's take a closer look at it for now. So maybe a little bit information about this banner first. It's a recurring crystal banner, so this means every time you do a multiple you will get between 1 to 10 record crystals, and if you have 10 record crystals you can go over to the record crystal scout and go for the Reawakened Memories record crystal scout, which should give you a 60% chance of getting a 5-star, but in my cases I mostly get 4 stars for whatever reason. Yeah. And it divides the chance of getting one of those 5 stars if you get a 5-star. So either Asuna, Kirito, Yuna, or AG. And yeah, what else do you need to know about the scouting? Yeah, there was like the other raid up for AG and Yuna, but sadly it's over now, which is also only half price. And this one, if you scout it the first time, it's only 125 memory diamonds, which in my opinion is always a good deal, even if you only get hacking crystals. Because even hacking crystals are nice to have sometimes. But yeah, let's take a closer look at this banner, at these characters. So I already made like a first impression video, and this is just a little bit more of an in-depth video. So if you want to see damage and things like this, then stay tuned for this. And first up we have Strong Faith, Kirito, 5-star unit, and his attack is called Rising Rush. It's a combination skill to move to the back of the enemy and perform combo attacks, MP recovery of combination starter. And this time the characters actually have the combination of weapon types instead of specific characters, and Kirito increases the damage attained by 10% for rapier units. I personally think that the weapon type combination or elemental combination is better than the specific character, as you have more choices. So that's really good. And as I said, the members, or as if you have him as a leader, he will give 10% bonus to all dark characters. So that's elemental specific, but it's a huge jump from 6% of the usual 5-star characters to 10%, which is, yeah, 4% more, and that's really strong. Next up we have Robust Faith Asuna. Memory Rewrite, a combination skill. The attack goes through from the head of an enemy to the ground. MP recovery of combination partner, probably something like this, or of the combination starter use. And the same weapon types, this time it's for sword. So if you start with Asuna and go over to a sword unit, you will do 10% more damage, which is really good. And next up we have Ordinal Scale number 2nd AG, Rush in a Moment, combination skill, slash through the enemy's back swiftly, counter to the wind pressure, or counter with wind pressure, and pre-recovery with combination starter. And the weapon type this time is again rapier. So you could use, for example, AG with Asuna or Kirito with Asuna, but of course AG's partner in this banner is most likely Shifting Idol Singer Yuna. Okay, I don't know the name actually, whatever. A combination skill, perform attacks with lights when singing in the air, MP recovery with starter, a combination starter, and weapon type is sword. She's a rapier unit, so she gives swords units 10% bonus damage, which is, as I already mentioned, pretty good, pretty neat skill. And let's take a closer look at all of these characters. Maybe we want to start with Kirito. I already said it in my other video, but I always feel like Kirito's auto attacks, sword auto attacks, feel a little bit more sluggish compared to other units, especially female units. I feel like female units have a little bit of a faster auto attack animation, but that just be my imagination. But yeah, just something you might want to know. And his SS1, Warper Strike, normal SS1 as usual. I personally like Warper Strike from sword SS1, and then we have Vertical Arc. Okay. That one's pretty annoying. I feel like all the SS2s for sword units are really slow. Yeah, let's see his SS3, which is, yeah, probably the most important thing for all of us here. And it's called Rising Slash. So the interesting thing about this skill is it's a 9-hit combo skill. But the interesting thing is that you can hit it from almost every angle. For example, I'm standing directly above him and yeah, okay, I can still hit it, still get 9 hits in. I don't know how it works, maybe dark magic, but it just works. So that's pretty interesting to know. This makes him actually pretty good and getting the hit in. I don't know if you turn it off, you can still cover quite the distance and get hit in, so that's pretty good. The downside is that this SS3 takes quite some time, but at least you get to the back of the enemy. So for example, if the enemy attacks you right now, you can just change sides and do this SS3 without even parrying, so that's actually pretty neat for Kirito. And next up we have Asuna, which has a different sprite. If you can see, her hair is braided, so that's maybe one reason to scout for the banner if you want Asuna with a different hairstyle. Sadly that's not the case for Kirito. So rapier units always have pretty fast auto attack animation, so that's pretty good if you're into that kind of stuff, and they're quite easy to play, so if you're a new player, rapier units are also a really good choice. So SS1 is Shooting Star. It's quite the usual SS1. SS2, Arrow Penetrator, not the best SS2 in my opinion for rapier units, I don't like it. And her SS3 is called Memory Rewind. It's actually a really good SS3. You can do it from anywhere on the map, so that's really good without even needing to turning off your auto approach. That's really strong. And you also change the sides. For example, you're here and now you're on the other side, and it leaves you quite a little bit of distance where you still have enough space for auto attack, so it's actually perfect for repositioning, attacking and dodging stuff. Even for example, the airtime you have, you can dodge a lot of things with it. And the only downside of it is the damage. The SS3 damage isn't that high, but I mean, if the damage of her SS3 would still be really high, it would actually be broken. And it's a 9-hit combo, just like Kirito. That's also a thing to consider. After 10 hits, you get like 5% bonus damage. And yeah, that's Asuna for her. And now we have AG. I feel like AG's auto attacks are a little bit faster than Kirito's, but as I said, that might just be my imagination. And as SS1, Warp Strike, same as Kirito, and then we have Horizontal Square. Don't know what to say about it, it's just like really slow, you will never use it probably. And yeah, his SS3 is called Rush in a Moment, which in my opinion is pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty sick. And you're doing kind of a funny move. But yeah, you can't do it from every position. But you can turn off auto approach off, but you need to be in a straight line to the enemy to do it. And you need to, yeah, at least be on the same height as the enemy to hit it completely. And it's actually pretty fast, so this means you can actually do it 2 times. Which means technically you can do a 4 SS3 chain. It means, for example, you're starting with another character, doing an SS3 into AG's SS3, and then going AG's SS3 into the other character's AG's SS3, which can be pretty good. Of course, you can also do another character's SS3 into AG, and then do another AG, and then parry if you don't have the time, because he frames a little bit, or he freezes a little bit the frames, and then he has a pretty fast SS3 again. The only thing that can be a little bit awkward is when the enemy is on the side of the screen at the end, and then you SS3, it leaves you kind of in a bad spot. And the same goes when you're on the other side, but you're both on the end of the screen. You have quite a distance to cover. That's definitely not optimal, so you want to have the space left from the enemy to actually jump to him and do the SS3. And yeah, lastly we have Yuna. So I said again, rapier units, fast MP regeneration. Of course they don't have as much MP on hit than sword units, but still, overall I feel like you will get in more MP regeneration attacks than with the sword. SS1 Shooting Star and SS2 Neutron. To be honest, Neutron is definitely the least SS2 from the rapier units that I like, so that's not a nice SS3 in my opinion. And then we have Yuna. So her SS3 has quite quite the AoE damage, so you can do a lot of AoE damage. That's pretty good. I think she will be really good in fluctuating events, as well as she has quite the airtime, so this means she can dodge a lot of things. And yeah, then her damage is also pretty nice, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit. But Yuna, also pretty good unit. And of course she also steps on her little mascot, which might be a little bit cruel for some people, but yeah, maybe he likes getting stepped on, like some other people out there. I don't know. That's a pretty nice thing. And of course you can turn off the auto approach thing and do an SSV, and you will most likely still hit the enemy. If you don't turn it off, she will just usually do or hit the enemy in the middle of her field, which she does. So SSV is a little bit of a combination from Beach Yuna and Bright Alice. Beach Yuna because she flies up, and Bright Alice because of the field, as you can see. And yeah, that's it regarding the characters. Maybe we should take a little look. I'm changing the screen quickly to the damage calculator from Ratsounds. Of course, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. Ratsounds makes awesome work, especially with his damage calculator. And yeah, let's take a closer look. As you know, the characters are from the dark element. You want to go over to the holy element and see which character does the most damage. I think that's the most interesting thing. Of course, it's 5-star characters. You go over to your 5-star character switch. And yeah, they are labeled as 4, or you can see the Ogma here, and then the name Kirito 4, for example. That's him. And yeah, as you can see, his SS3 skill duration is 2.52 seconds, which isn't the fastest overall, but his SS3 damage is pretty high. So that's definitely a good thing. Sadly, it's still lower than, for example, Beach Boy, Tropical Beach Boy Kiritos, which you can see here, but his SS3 is 2.4 seconds. And that's without, what's it called, 50 combination stacks. With 50 combination stacks, it's way faster, so yeah, Kirito has a pretty slow SS3. But then again, his combination, if you do the combination, it's only 1.38 seconds, which still isn't the fastest in the world. But then again, if we compare it with Beach Kirito or Tropical Beach Boy, it's 1.63 seconds. So yeah, Kirito, or this Kirito, is definitely not the fastest. If you want to use him, you definitely want to use him more like a bursty unit or as a finisher. But then again, you can use him as the beginning unit and then switch into another unit, just because his combination skill is a little bit faster than if you do the solo thing. And yeah, next up on the damage list we have Yuna, which is on number 9, which is honestly still pretty good. And her SS3 duration is 2.13 seconds, which also isn't the fastest skill ever. And yeah, the combination is 1.14, which is pretty fast, pretty decent. So if you can, you want to use Yuna first and then into another unit, especially because Yuna generates quite a bit of combo stacks, which makes her really, really good in my opinion. Okay, but first let's take a closer look at the other characters. As you can see, we have Asuna on 21, which is quite a bit down here. And her SS3 is considered pretty fast. It's 1.75, and the combination skill is 0.88 seconds, which is really, really fast. So if you use her as a combination character or in a combination, she's going to be really, really fast. The only downside is that her damage for this is a little bit lower. But if you have the characters and the weapons, then Asuna will definitely be really, really strong. And lastly, you have AG, or AG. And his skill duration is 1.75 seconds and combination skill is 1.11. So the thing about him is that his skill duration overall isn't that long, but it doesn't increase that much with his combination skill, so that's something you want to keep in mind. And as you can see, Asuna and AG are considered a little bit of lower damage, as they are almost 20, okay, they're at least still in the top 30 from damage, but yeah, that's probably not the greatest ever. And yeah, if I need to choose the units, considering how they are, if they're good or not. Okay, let's go back to the other screen. Where are they? So, how would I rate these units? Even though Asuna has a little bit of a lower unit, if you consider the overall abilities of this character, she's definitely going to be pretty relevant for future ranking events. I think she is going to be really, really good, especially in dark ranking events, if you have the weapon and yeah, if you have the weapon and accessory. If you don't have the weapon, then maybe if it's like your first unit or you just started playing, then Asuna may not be the best choice for you here. Okay, if you have the resources, you don't even need rarity 5 weapons. I mean, if you have like a rarity 4 rapier and make her level 100, she will be pretty damn good. So definitely would say Arsenal will be the best for the future. Then after this we have Yuna. Yuna's damage is pretty good. SS3, if you combine it with other characters, is also pretty strong. And she has like, I think it was 12 or 13 hit combos, which makes her really good, especially for beginners. And she can dodge a lot of things, so that makes her really strong. Then I would actually say AG next. His damage is a little bit lacking, but at least you can do 2 SS3s before needing to parry most of the time. Yeah, but as I said, damage is a little bit on the lower side, so maybe not the best choice, especially for beginners. And lastly I would say Kirito. Problem with Kirito is just that his SS3 takes a bit too long. That's sadly the truth, and the combination also isn't the fastest in the world. So yeah, sadly that's it. So should you pull on this banner? I would say you definitely should get at least one of those characters. And the reason must not be because of the skills or of their abilities of the SS3s, but because of the leader skill. 10% dark for all dark characters. Even if you just started out on this game, you would still want to go for one of those, because they will most likely form the base for your later ranking events. I mean, if you have one of those, then you don't necessarily need to pull on next dark banners. If you have 2 other dark characters, for example, I don't know, Tropical Beach by Kirito and what do I know, maybe Halloween Ellis and something like this. But yeah, because of the leader skill, it's really good. And if you want to get Asuna and Yuna. So that's my personal opinion about this banner. And we can take a close look at the weapons for a second. So that's it regarding the characters, you know. Asuna is my favorite #1, and then we have Yuna, which is my second choice for this banner. And regarding the weapon, it's a step 3 weapon scout, which means step 1 is 100 Miami Diamonds, and on step 3 you get double the appearance of 4 stars. And yeah, they give 20 hits combo, or if you have 20 plus combo hits, then they give you crit damage 10% and attack and MP required minus 10% and attack plus 10%, which is really good. It's not elemental restricted. Of course, if you have dark characters, it will definitely boost the damage of the dark characters quite a bit. So, if you want to have a sword or rapier, this banner is actually really good overall, especially if you just started out and don't want that many weapons or don't have the memory damage for that many weapons. This rapier from Yuna is really strong, especially with this 1600 attacks. Personally, I don't mind that much about critical stats. Of course it helps a lot, but raw damage stats are much better in my opinion. And then we have the Eternal Promise from Kirito with 1591 attack. So if you can get one of those weapons and you just started out, or you just want a rapier or a sword, then those are pretty good. And Asunas and AGs aren't that bad either, but yeah, I would say the Emotion Graphy and Eternal Promise are a lot better. Oh yeah, that's it regarding the weapons. And I forgot to tell you guys, maybe we can take a closer look at the skill slots from the characters. I have some here. So the skill slots are actually pretty good. So that's the usual thing for sword units, it's just sword skill, which you can level up to level 5. Then we have damage up, skill damage up against Holy, which you can increase by 10% if you use 2 rainbow senses, which is really good. And then we also have damage combination, increase damage for 20 plus hits combination by 5%, and then we have of course combo window. So the skill slots are actually really good, especially as they have skill damage up and combo damage up, which makes the damage go quite a bit if you of course reach the 30 hits, which is for combo level 1. And I would suggest to do the skill slot damage for level 2, because of course only if you want to use the characters and have the rainbow essences. If you don't, or if you don't gonna need it and not gonna use it, then it's not worth to go and waste your rainbow essences. Maybe just keep them. But yeah guys, that's it regarding this banner analysis. I hope it can help a few of you. I'm going to make one for the school uniform banner and the Hinamatsuri banner, why I think this one is actually pretty good. And yeah, of course, this banner is going to be out for quite a bit. I think, yeah, it ends this month, so you have quite some time. maybe the next ranking event will help you decide, because I think there's still going to be a dark portion of it, or maybe 2 parts will both be dark, like the what's it called, Christmas banner, yeah, which the second part were both dark enemies. And yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it helps me out quite a bit. And yeah, if you want to press the bell button, then you don't miss out on content. And that's it from me, and peace.